Welcome to We Explain Things Quickly, where we help you make sense of things in under 10 minutes. Strap in, we're about to take a dive, not into the ocean or off a cliff, but into the most volatile, uncharted, and extraordinary territory there is, the human mind. Christopher Nolan's 2010 masterpiece, Inception, is not just a movie, it's a mental heist, a psychological labyrinth, and an all-out assault on your perception of reality. It's a film that asks a tantalizing question. What if you could walk through someone else's dreams? And what if, while you were there, you could plant an idea so deep it felt like their own? Forget stealing jewels or data. This is the age of stealing secrets from the subconscious. And the most dangerous heist of all is not extraction, but its opposite, inception. Our guide through this cerebral wonderland is Dom Cobb, played with a haunted intensity by Leonardo DiCaprio. Cobb is the best in the business, an elite extractor who can infiltrate the dreams of powerful people and pluck their most valuable secrets from their sleeping minds. Cobb is a man running from his past, a fugitive from his own life, barred from returning to his children in the United States. His skill has cost him everything, and his mind is haunted by a malevolent ghost, a shade of his deceased wife, Marion Cotillard, who invades his dream heist with tragic and violent consequences. Cobb is offered a shot at redemption, a one-last-job proposition from the immensely wealthy and powerful Mr. Saito, played by Ken Watanabe. The job isn't extraction. It's the holy grail of their craft, a feat considered impossible by nearly everyone. Inception. The target is Robert Fisher, played by Cillian Murphy, the heir to a global energy empire. Saito doesn't want to steal Fisher's ideas. He wants Cobb's team to plant a new one, the idea to break up his father's company. If they succeed, Saito will pull the strings to clear Cobb's name and let him go home. To pull off this impossible task, Cobb assembles a dream team of specialists, each a master of their craft. First, there's Arthur, Cobb's loyal and meticulously organized point man. Arthur is the man of rules and logistics, the one who ensures the dream architecture is stable. Then comes Ariadne, a brilliant young architecture student tasked with being the architect of the dream worlds. She is the newcomer, our surrogate in this strange world, learning the rules as we do, how to build cities, defy gravity, and fold Paris in half like a piece of paper. Her job is to design the dream levels, creating intricate, believable mazes for the subconscious to inhabit. The team is rounded out by Eames, the charismatic and effortlessly cool forger. In the dream world, Eames can change his appearance, impersonating key figures in the target's life, to manipulate them from within. Finally, there's Yusuf, the chemist, who formulates a powerful sedative compound that will allow the team to create a stable dream within a dream, a necessary component for the heist's complexity. Here's where Inception twists from a slick heist film into a full-blown mental epic. To plant an idea that deep, it can't feel forced. It has to grow organically from the target's own emotional core. To do this, Cobb's plan involves constructing not one, but 3 layers of shared dreaming, a psychological depth charge descending deeper into Fisher's mind with each level. Level 1, the rainy city. The team kidnaps Fisher in a rain-slicked urban world. The goal here is simple: to plant the initial seed of conflict with his godfather, played by an impersonating Eames, and to introduce the idea that his father didn't want him to follow in his footsteps. Level 2, the hotel. To go deeper, the team sedates themselves within the first dream and enter the second. Here, in a swanky hotel, the plan is to convince Fisher that his father had an alternate will and a secret safe. This level is where the film's physics-bending action truly shines, most famously in Arthur's zero-gravity fight scene in a rotating hotel hallway, a jaw-dropping sequence achieved with practical effects that perfectly visualizes the instability of the dream state. Level 3, the snowy mountain fortress. This is the deepest the team can safely go. Here they must guide Fisher into a symbolic safe room where he can have a final cathartic moment with a projection of his dying father, allowing him to have the emotional epiphany, the idea to build something for himself that Saito requires. But there are rules and risks. Time is dilated in the dream world. 5 minutes in reality can be an hour in the first dream level.
and years in the levels below. To get out, the team relies on a kick, a sudden jolt like falling or being submerged in water that wakes them up to the level above. They orchestrate a series of synchronized kicks across the 3 levels, all timed to the nanosecond, a ballet of falling vans, exploding elevators, and detonating fortresses, all set to Hans Zimmer's thunderous, iconic score. The greatest risk, however, is not getting trapped, but getting lost. If you die in a dream while under heavy sedation, you don't wake up. You drop into limbo, a raw, infinite, and unconstructed dream space shared by anyone who has been there before. It is a mental purgatory from which escape is almost impossible, where you can live for an eternity, forgetting that the real world even exists. And limbo is Cobb's personal hell. It is where he and Mal spent 50 years building a world from their memories. It was a paradise that became a prison. For Mal, the dream became her reality. And when Cobb finally used Inception on her to convince her to wake up, the idea festered. Back in the real world, she couldn't shake the feeling that her life was still a dream, a belief that led to her tragic suicide, framing Cobb in the process. Mal's shade is not just a memory. She is Cobb's guilt personified. An agent of chaos sabotaging his every move, desperate to pull him back into the dream world she believes is real. This brings us to the film's masterstroke, the concept of the totem. Each member of the team carries a small, personal object, a loaded die, a chess piece, with a specific weight and feel known only to them. In a world where anything can be fabricated, the totem is their only way to know for sure if they're in someone else's dream. If they are, the dreamer's mind can't replicate the totem's unique properties. Cobb's totem is a small spinning top. In the real world, it will eventually topple. In a dream, it will spin forever. The climax of Inception is a breathtaking crescendo of action and emotion across multiple realities as the team battles Fisher's subconscious, projections, which manifest as a private army, and Cobb's inner demon, Mal. Cobb must confront his guilt, letting go of his wife's shade in the crumbling ruins of limbo to save his team and complete the mission. They succeed. Fisher has his catharsis, Saito gets his wish, and Cobb is finally allowed to return home. In the final masterful scene, Cobb is reunited with his children. As they run to greet him, he spins the top on a table. He looks away, choosing to embrace his children, to accept this as his reality, regardless of the top's behavior. And just as the top begins to show the slightest wibble, the screen cuts to black. Is he awake or is he still dreaming? For over a decade, that cut to black has been one of modern cinema's most debated endings. But ultimately, the answer doesn't matter. The point is that Cobb has found his peace. He has let go of the obsession with what is real and what isn't, choosing instead the reality that brings him happiness. Inception is a testament to the power of ideas, the resilience of the human heart, and the mind-bending, beautiful, and terrifying worlds that lie just behind our closed eyes. It's a film that doesn't just ask you to watch it, but to dream along with it.